So, welcome to the Kurz Real Estate Show with technical difficulty, right? So, we've had technical difficulties for the last 3 weeks, which is why we have not been on the air. Um, and we had so many jokes about that the last time we tried to talk about this that it just doesn't seem right doing it again.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
know,
it.
hope you missed us.
Yeah, that's
That was
what
the
it really
gist of it,
boils
right?
down to.
Okay. So again, welcome to the Kurz Real Estate Show. If I sound very low and my voice is not at top notch,
It's because it's not.
I literally just got my voice back
Yeah.
today. Um,
Or-
I got I was in my bachelor party in Colombia. I left last Thursday, and we got back on Monday. But Sunday in Colombia, we had moved to a new place. Crazy story. The place that we were renting, power completely went out. No water, no power, no nothing. So they had to move us to a different location. They move us to this new house. We're all pissed off, but it has this beautiful view. It's mountainside. It's got this beautiful view and a nice pool and everything. We all jump in the pool, whatever. Lunchtime, I'm kind of feeling a little bit, and I'm texting with Jen. I'm like, hey, man, I think I'm getting sick, you know? And then by dinner time, I kid you not, I had to have like 110, 115 fever.
So
I was sweating through my jeans. Like I was wearing jeans and a T-shirt. I was sweating through my jeans and T-shirt. I curled up in my bed, fetal position. All the guys were standing around me like, dude, are you going to live through this? Because we got a flight at 7 a.m.
so my story is different. I was at the other end. I didn't hear from him at all. So I'm thinking, he's having a great old time. And then the next day he does have fever and he's shaking up. He probably has alcohol poisoning.
I didn't drink that night at all. Like, the guys were drinking, of course. It's the last night in Colombia. And our plan was to, like, party till 3 in the morning because we had to head to the airport at 4 in the morning. We're like, team no sleep, I was team curled up in bed. So it was a tough one for me. But anyway, I got back, and I've been fighting this, I think it's strep throat, ever since. Thank you to the Colombian government for making antibiotics easily accessible.
Accessible, yeah.
Yeah, so I was able to get like a Z-Pack for $12, and
That's good. That's
it was
good that
awesome.
You were able to do that.
It was awesome.
Well,
so
I was jealous that you were in Colombia.
You should
I am
be.
dying
It was
to go
awesome.
over there.
Hey, I was jealous when you were in Turks. I like beaches.
Okay. All right. So we're even.
Yeah.
We'll go visit those places together.
I'm not. It's so funny. Colombia has, they have no straight roads, and there are no flat roads. At least in Medellin. Medellin's known as the town of mountains, right? And so everywhere I went, and I'm not the type to get car sick. Everywhere we went, I was getting car sick.
Oh man.
Because you're up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, and then the guys that were driving, they thought they were NASCAR drivers, right? So they were just like trying to cut around people and go around people and avoid potholes, and then for some reason, like in every street all over Medellin, there's also speed bumps. Probably because the guy's like dumb.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going super fast, and then slow down, speed bump, boom, 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 boom. Right turn, left turn, up, down, left turn, right turn, past this car, speed bump.
I'd be so
You
nervous.
know?
I couldn't do it.
No, it
I
was
wouldn't be
horrible.
able to do it.
It was horrible. So anyway, our topic of the day today is going to be a little bit about the hurricane aftermath. We've all been affected by Hurricane Irma, and now recently Hurricane Maria has created devastation in the Caribbean, especially in my island, Puerto Rico. And there's so much that can be done and so much that needs to be done. And we're still feeling the aftermath here in Miami from Irma that happened 3 weeks ago, and we're a modern society with all the technology and equipment that anyone could ever ask for.
Yeah.
And all the support and funds and federal government and towns outside of Florida coming down from Georgia and helping with putting the light back on and things like that. And
we're still struggling.
We were
with
still
it right
without
now.
light.
Until like
was a
2
week.
weeks ago.
Yeah, we were a week without light. And then our office still does not have internet.
No.
And Comcast, I'm sorry. I've
Very
had it with
disappointed.
you. Had it with you, had
Weren't
it with
they
you,
supposed to
had
come
it with
today?
you. They did come today, still no fix. Honestly, Comcast, I hope you're hearing this. You guys are 100% full of shit. Like, Every single person that has come here has come with a different story, and no one knows what they're doing. And I'm telling them what the problem is, and they still don't figure it out. The guy that came today went above and beyond and actually followed the line and figured out where it's down. And now he's got a supervisor that's supposed to call me about getting that line back up.
We were supposed to have a supervisor first.
Oh, yeah, I'm still waiting for that, too.
Oh, man.
If you don't know us, we are Kurz Real Estate. We're located here in Coconut Grove. You can find us on kurzre.com. That's KURZRE.com. Or you can call us at 786-529-5273. If you're interested in a change in your career and you want to get into a new real estate company, I suggest coming and talking to us and revamp your business with us. We are a very business-oriented, entrepreneurial mindset type of business where we have an open and collaborative environment, and we don't teach individuality. We teach entrepreneurship. We teach teamwork. So I think it's very important that you give us a shot. So you can, again, call us 786-529-5273, or you can email us at jointhemovement@kurzre.com. Again, that's jointhemovement@kurzre.com. So, Jen, can you go over our sponsors? Because we have wonderful sponsors here in the office.
That's right. So this show is sponsored by New World Title with Rudy, Bridget, and the Title Girls. They have over 14 locations all throughout South Florida. Their website is newworldtitle.com. That's NUWORLDTITLE.com. And their phone number is 305-537-4906.
Before you go on to the next sponsor, I want to say something really cool about New World Title. So New World Title just launched their...
Can we say that?
I'm going to say it. New World Title just launched their app. You can find it in the App Store. You can find it in the Android store. Look for the New World Title app, all right? They have two apps up there. There's an old one that's New World Title. You want to find the one that says New World Title app. I'm very impressed. Kudos to New World Title for getting this done. They have created an app that allows you to open up a file with them, submit all the information right through the app, submit all the information, put who your rep is, submit the contract, and then what will happen is, as the contract goes through the process, you get updates and attachments.
Yeah,
right?
You can actually see them.
So when they receive escrow, they'll mark that it went escrow. You'll get a push notification and an email that they received escrow, and then you could go into the app and you can download the escrow deposit form, or in the email as well. And second escrow, same thing. Title commitment, same thing. Lien search, same thing. So it's almost like you don't have to.
They added me yesterday for a transaction. I was able to pull up all these things. It was very simple.
Well, I added you because we were doing the test. We were doing the dummy file. And so I got to tell you guys that I'm very, very impressed, because one of the things that we spend a lot of time on as real estate agents is communicating with the title company and checking the status of the lien search and checking the status of the title search, checking the status of, what's going on with this, what's going on with that. I need an escrow letter. Hello, hello, hello. And now, through this app, you have the ability to communicate directly with them or just let it happen, right? And so their system is designed where they cannot move forward in the transaction without alerting you.
Nice.
So
it forces them to keep everything
exactly.
up to date.
It forces them to keep the app up to date. So they have to, in order for them to get past the escrow, they have to receive escrow, they have to create the letter, and they have to upload it, and then they can move on to step 2.
Nice.
And when they upload it and move on to step 2, it pushes to the app and says, hey, agent, hey, client, you're good to go here.
Nice.
This is the information, this is the title search, so forth, so on. So I think, honestly, innovative, which I love, and kudos.
Technological,
it's just, everything that I love is in this app. So big shout out to you guys.
Yes, and in addition to New World Title, our other sponsor is PRMG, Primary Residential Mortgage Group. And you can reach Raymond Fundora, who's also available in our office every once in a while. He comes over to help our agents and whomever needs his help within. And you can reach him at 305-300-7354. We also have Max Home Inspections. Max Home Inspections is very easy to schedule online all of your inspections. They are also very good about providing you all of the documents. Almost similar, I'm not going to say the same as New World Title, but, once they do the inspection, you can go into, I guess, a platform that they have, and you have all of your information there. And basically, you can either go online at maximuminspections.com, or you can reach them at 954-947-8391. That's it.
Cool deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so being without power and the internet, what a struggle. Now,
Yeah.
And some people, I'll be honest, I don't want to pretend that we roughed it. A lot of people had it way worse than we did. We had the privilege of my in-laws, Jen's parents, and we had the privilege of being able to stay at their house. And I kid you not, throughout the entire storm, before, during, and after, we did not lose an ounce of power, not a little bit of internet, not a little bit of TV. Like these guys, I don't know what magic force field they had around the neighborhood, but they did not lose a thing. So for us, I mean,
No, that was a blessing. Definitely.
It was a blessing.
To have them,
I think one of the biggest parts was being displaced.
Yeah, I mean, there's other parts to my aspect of being there because, being displaced and then additional responsibilities to which I, was very
her mom was
with.
on vacation in the Dominican Republic, so she became mom.
Yeah, pretty much. But mom, and then added responsibilities that even she doesn't have, for that matter. So it was just one of those things. But whatever, we were on a safe place. We have internet. We had electricity. Our biggest struggle had been mostly here.
Trying to get the business
office.
back up and running, trying to get the house back up and running, losing all the food that we had purchased. Like, I emptied the fridge and I was like, wow, I just threw away like $400 worth of food, And so it's, I think that.
I was expecting our home to be like somewhat flooded.
Yeah, no, I told you we're too high for that. But I think that every day coming back to the Grove from west Kendall, and fingers crossed, like the whole ride. I hope the business is back up. And I remember the day we walked into the business, we're like, yes, we have power. And that day we had internet. I remember we checked it.
Yeah.
And then the next morning we came in, we took all the boards off the windows, ready to rock and roll, and we had no internet.
Yeah.
But we had power. So we were able to start coming to the office, but there's very little that we can do because of obvious reasons.
No, we were all coming together. We became a very, very strong family because we came together on a hot spot, and it was like 5 at a time, and we would take turns. Like, all right,
So big shout out to my father-in-law for the hot spot.
Yeah, for real.
Because, man, we needed that. And then so I made a joke on Facebook, and I said, funny thing happens when you lose power and internet. You meet your neighbors, and kids go outside and play again.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time kids have gone outside to play since the invention of the iPhone and Sony PlayStation. Let's be real, right? Now, I'm an Atari kid. I'm a little bit older than some of y'all. But, even with Atari, it wasn't so intense. So we went outside and played still, Now with the games and the computer games and YouTube and Netflix and everything else that's out there, the technology has made people sit on their asses inside, and you miss the entire day sometimes, And I got pushed to play outside enough to where even as an adult, I feel uncomfortable missing the sun.
Yeah.
I can't have a lazy day,
Yeah. No, it's nice, I guess, that you get to meet your neighbors and stuff like that. You got to see the community come together. I did post something on my site pertaining to Nextdoor, the application Nextdoor, which was so beneficial to me and to other people that I saw in there, because I was able to find out what was going on in the neighborhood, but while still being in Kendall, and it's the neighbors, and you'll say, listen, we still don't have electricity, or we still haven't been to our home. Do you know what's happening in this street, and you'll find that the neighbors will collaborate, they'll take pictures, even.
You gotta learn how to use that thing.
Yeah, so
I'm afraid to add one more Facebook-style communication tool.
It's not like Facebook. It's just communicative. Like anything that happens in the city and stuff like that, they'll put notifications. When we were running out of sand in certain stores, they said, all right, Coconut Grove is offering free sand in this park, So at this time you have to go over here. So it was just it was very interactive with the community, and I thought that was really nice to see the community come together to help each other in stressful times.
That's awesome. So I think, honestly, let's talk a little bit about business because we dodged a serious bullet.
Yeah.
I think that Hurricane Irma could have been significantly worse.
Yeah.
I think that she could have been significantly worse, that we could have gotten the eye, that we could have been destroyed, that houses could have been laid out. We could have been even more flooded than we imagined. So much more could have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember receiving pictures of Brickell, and Brickell Avenue looked like a river.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that's
they got
what's
about
getting
4
just the
feet of
ban.
water. You know? And so I think to myself, and I said, would we have a business had that happened?
Yeah.
Right? Like, forget the brick and mortar part of it. Like, if we lost the office, we could still work. But what would we sell?
Yeah.
Like, we sell the one thing that gets destroyed in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Homes.
Well, yeah.
And so it becomes a do or die type of situation. I think that this is what people need to start, hopefully, paying attention to and keeping an eye out for, because the truth is that there is still business out there when this happens, and it's called investor.
Yeah.
It's called getting out there and finding the homes that people stand back and say, I'm not willing to fix this, I'm moving, I'm getting the hell out of here. And then you come in as a real estate professional and say, well, okay, let me help you out of here with whether it's a short sale, with an investment buyer, and so forth, so on. Because I promise you that there are investors salivating for these destructive things to happen.
Scenarios, yeah. I mean,
and
as sorry as that might sound, it is definitely
that's
something
their business,
that
though. It does come up. That's their business. Happened in Louisiana. Happened anywhere that it could. It just, we dodged a serious bullet. A week later, we were closing on properties again. Homes didn't even lose a shingle.
Yeah.
Insurance was back up and binding again. All of these things are very important to really realize, because had we been destroyed, how long would it have been before insurance was binding again?
Yeah.
Right? Let's say, look, when Hurricane Andrew came through, completely flattened out Homestead, but it didn't flatten out Kendall, it didn't flatten out Fort Lauderdale, so there were still homes that needed to close, and heaven knows how long it took. I don't remember, I wasn't in business at that time, but heaven knows how long it took for insurance companies to open up and start binding again, and banks to start lending again, right? Because all of this stops. Yeah. If there's a hurricane in our direction, banks stop lending, you can't buy insurance, you can't do any, so you can't close on a house, so it gets put on hold, right? And then
which we felt.
We felt
in the
that.
Short time
oh yeah, we felt that, and as a real estate company, we kind of depend on those closings to happen, and when they
especially
don't happen,
after a disaster.
especially when they don't happen for 3 weeks, you're like, oh my God, what's
and then
going
you
on
have
here?
3 weeks of basically desert, there's nothing moving within that. And well, in our case right now it was 3 weeks. So you have that time frame of before, during, and after the hurricane that you're holding off, kind of hoping and praying that everything comes back to normal, and yet nobody has made a move. I'll be very honest, we didn't get any leads whatsoever within that time frame.
No.
The minute everything came back to normal, we started
getting leads again. And I'll tell you that people need to understand that they need to be prepared for this.
Yeah.
If you're in this business, you have to be prepared for this. Yeah. You need to start getting to know investors now, so you don't have to worry about that later, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense. Or try to find them later. Save money, have a put away, have the right tools necessary to keep yourself up and running if a hurricane were to come and take over. Like, go buy a generator today, not 2 days before hurricanes come on board and you're fighting with people at Home Depot in a bad mood, trying to get go buy it today, man. Go pick it up right now. It's $200.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your refrigerator and your water heater going, so you could take a nice shower, I mean, I just don't, these are the points, unless you have some backup plan, that's fine. Have some money put away, that's great. We learned a valuable lesson here at the business. We have only been open for a year, so it's not like we've had to worry about hurricanes prior to this. But just putting up boards on all of our windows, we're storefront, and we're windows all around the corner. So, we spent almost $2,000 between boards and install and and takedown.
Yeah.
You know, that's $2,000 that some people just may not have to protect their home.
Yeah,
You know?
especially like businesses, maybe not so much ours because we really don't have like goodies and stuff like people can get, but there were a lot of businesses that had looters
Hmm.
go into them.
Yeah, they were on the news.
Nobody's paying attention. They're people are out of town.
They're devastated.
And you have a lot of looters getting into the businesses, and you're not able to protect them. And if you're not prepared to make this expense, it'll definitely affect you in that process. Similar also to people that don't have homeowners insurance, that go through this process, and all of a sudden the property has water damage. I have a client like that right now. Storm came, the roof came down a bit, and some water came inside. No homeowners insurance. Guess what? Now she's dealing with the consequence.
So, and that kind of like, insurance is one of those things you buy just in case.
Yeah.
Like, be prepared for that. And I would say that you need to communicate with your insurance person. We have a great group here at TRMG. And if you come by the office and talk to Ray and go through your plan. All right, whoever you got hooked up with when you closed on your house is not the only person in town. Compare it. Come sit down with somebody and say, hey, Ray's our guy here, right? Or Yahira. Sit down with them and say, hey, Ray, Yahira, listen, this is my stuff now. How can I get it better for a good value? And what I mean by that is maybe it costs you $25 more or $25 less a month, and you might get a better plan, a lower deductible, more coverage, like, so if something happens, it doesn't hurt you so bad. I mean, guys, if you haven't noticed, there are a lot of hurricanes that got lit up this hurricane season, and I don't see the seasons slowing down anytime soon. Call it global warming, call it whatever you want, whatever you believe in. Call it
there's
that.
always that cycle.
But there's a change.
Yeah.
There's stuff happening. The world has been in cycles for its entire existence, and so be prepared.
I'm like the optimistic person that says, okay, this year we had this scenario with all these hurricanes,
so next year will be cool.
This year, now we're gonna wait 10 more years before something like this happens, right?
All right, cheers to that, man. I'll take that all day long.
What think about when Andrew happened? You know what I mean?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And thank God that we do have better construction than we did when Andrew hit.
Yeah.
When Andrew hit, this construction in Florida was very shoddy. And Andrew, it was the cause of the changes in the codes in Florida in general, Something I definitely want to talk about is Puerto Rico right now. So we're a collection site for donations to Puerto Rico. We had started with collecting for the Keys. We did collect a lot of stuff for the Keys. And now we're collecting for Puerto Rico. To be very honest with you, they are in dire need.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures. I've heard stories directly from the island. Like I said, I'm a Puerto Rican myself. I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends and family. We've all been in communication talking about the island. I reached out to a buddy of mine who's in the business, who happens to be in Puerto Rico. And for some reason, he has no power, but he has Facebook. So I guess he's getting like some type of cellular service, I was able to Facebook message with him, and he said that thankfully his town wasn't affected as bad, but like just a few towns over was completely torn apart. San Juan, El Viejo San Juan, he said that they have like hundreds of thousands of people out there just working to clear it out because it is their tourist location. So they're going to try to get that up and running as soon as possible. But right outside, El Condado and those places got hit really hard. The West is taking the worst beating because everybody's flying everything into San Juan's airport, which is on the east side of the island, but there's no way to get all the stuff to the west side. All the roads are covered. So the people in the west are literally running out of water. Isabela, Mayagüez, all these guys are running out of water. They're running out of food. They've got so much flooding that graves have come up. They're just at everything you can imagine that's just bad. Almost all the bridges into Mayagüez have collapsed. There's like one back road to get in. Like there are so many bad things that have happened over there that people are being looked at.
That haven't found family members yet,
or haven't been able to find them. Where some of my my ex-wife's family is, we got word, she hasn't been able to contact them, but we got word that that the entire city had been evacuated and taken
Okay.
to different evacuation zones, but there's no way to tell where.
Okay.
You know, which is crazy because they live beachside. Thank God that they live up this like really tall hill.
Yeah.
So the beachside completely got destroyed. All the mansions and the waters that were on the beach there, they're all gone. They're completely gone. I don't know what happened to places like La Perla, which is
right on the
on
like,
the water,
On the water.
you know.
It's ridiculous.
And a lot of poor people live in, you know.
Mhm.
So, and these guys are living in tin houses. They don't have
Yeah,
insurance,
it's
you know.
not. Yeah.
And then, so we're here in Miami and we're bitching because we're out of power for a week. Like we're calling FPL like they owe us something, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to people here, the cities of Pinecrest and Coral Gables want to sue FPL for not getting power up and running fast enough or something like that. And I'm thinking, they just announced that Puerto Rico may be without power between 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And in some places could be up to a year.
Yeah.
Could you imagine living on candlelight for a year?
No, it's honestly, it's heartbreaking everything that they're going through, which is why we're putting these efforts to be able to take stuff over there. You know, these families are devastated. President Trump, actually declared it a state of disaster. So it's complete. It's the whole. It's Puerto Rico completely that needs help. You know,
And
obviously there's other islands.
there's
and stuff
so
like
many,
that,
there's so many, but the eye went straight through this, you know? And there's so many, we also have to think, I hate to be, I don't know what it's called, stingy or whatever. I don't know what word I would use, but I understand a lot of islands got hit, but Puerto Rico is United States. It would be the same as Texas getting hit. We did everything we could for Houston. You know, it's it's an American island, you know, and we have to do everything we can to help them and bring them back because they are American territory. They are Americans. You know, we can't treat it just like when we try to help the Bahamas or something else. No, man, these are our people.
we have to get in there.
You know,
I mean, obviously we extend our help
and
to
love
other
to everybody,
communities,
but this is, hey,
we
if
have
Florida
to
gets
bring them
hit,
back up.
we do everything we can. You know, you got Georgia driving down to help out, you know, and so forth, so on. You know, we have to treat this the same way.
Yep.
We have to put the military in place to keep things in order. We have to figure out a way to airdrop food into the West.
Yeah.
You know, we have to figure out a
Wasn't
way to clear
the
roads.
Navy headed out that way?
They're going out with a ship that has a hospital with 10,000 beds.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain things that are happening. The problem is, like, for instance, right now on the coast, they have enough containers with food and toiletries and everything you could imagine for at least 500,000 people. But they don't have enough trucks to move it, right? So let's say I'm a truck driver in Puerto Rico and I live in Isabela. They need me in San Juan to pull this stuff out. I can't even drive there. The roads are blocked.
Yeah.
And they can't communicate with me to tell me to come. And I can't watch TV to know that that exists and I need to go help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just the communication is just really, really bad. And so if you're a truck driver, you don't even know where to take your truck, and even if you could get there, because all the roads are blocked, you know, and that's a real issue. That's a real issue.
Air.
They need air. They need helicopters that can grapple these containers, move them to a location, drop off military personnel, and distribute food in as many towns as possible. And they need to do this as quickly as possible because, like I said, you have the West Coast running out of food, running out of water. What happens when they run out of food and water? They starve? Like, do we just leave them there to starve? I don't understand.
No,
you know?
no.
A lot of places are flooded and
No, I know
still
they're
underwater.
trying to go.
I saw FEMA had gone with a couple Jeeps to assess, and there's a video of them driving, and the Jeeps are, like, in the water, and there are people in their houses still because they have nowhere to go. So they're literally living on the second floor. You know, and the first floor is flooded, and I don't know, it's crazy. So our prayers go out to Puerto Rico, and as I said, we dodged a bullet here in Miami, and I think we talk a lot about what happened in Puerto Rico because that could have been us. You know, it really could have been us, and so we have to do what we can for them, so the day comes that it is us, we're taken care of as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and there's already plans in effect on how to take care of us and our neighbors. We have to do what we can. Um, Again, we're a drop-off site here at Kurz Real Estate, so come by, drop off anything you can, from canned foods to Pampers to
No matter toiletries, anything.
toiletries. Women needs are
Yeah.
important as well. Um, Toothpaste,
Generators.
We
Candles.
would do anything in the world for a bunch of generators. If you guys want to donate some generators, bring them by here. You go buy yours for the next event. See if you can get one half off, and bring it by here, and we'll make sure it gets into the right hands in Puerto Rico. We have been able, or have been privileged, to be connected with a real good group of friends, and this group of friends have had connections to make sure that these items that we're donating go to the right people that are able to distribute it, meaning they have private planes that can fly into multiple airports and get them into different towns. Instead of depending on the big names like the Red Cross, we're just going to get them to San Juan and hopefully one day distribute them.
Yeah.
There's so much red tape, you know? So if you can personally go and say, hey, listen, I got nothing to do with the government. I'm here for the people, and I'm going to pass this out, then it's a winning situation, and that's the situation that we're blessed to be in. All right? So that brings our show to a close. I want to discuss with you guys Kurz Real Estate's magazine. You can find us at kurzmagazine.com. That's kurzmagazine.com. If you go to kurzre.com, that's our main website. You can access the magazine from there. You can purchase any one of the 2 books that I've written. You can also see what's going on with our listings. You can also check our charities. Some of the charities that we support are the VA Rep, which is the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals. We have the Children's Cancer Caring Center, and Jen's favorite, the Boys and Girls Club of America. So those are our peoples. And then, of course, we have NAREP, which is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. I got to take a breath when you say that one,
Yeah,
especially.
it's
a long one. Our hometown heroes, if you are a hometown hero, and we define that as a police officer, a firefighter, a teacher, or a veteran, we welcome you to come to Kurz Real Estate at our highest split possible if you're a real estate professional. And if you're not a real estate professional and you're just simply purchasing or selling a home, we will give you a credit back at closing just for being a hometown hero. That's coming from our commission. We'll give it back to you. We'll take the hit so that you can stay in a home. That's what we want. We want to help you get into a home. What else we got? That's it.
Yeah.
Visit us at kurzre.com, or you can call us 786-529-5273, or you can email us at jointhemovement@kurzre.com. Make sure you guys stay safe out there, and again, get prepared for the next one now.